Oh, I hate myself. Hi booktube, it's Marianne at the Last Food Book, and today I would like to recommend just some age gap romances. So I haven't done recommendations before because, well, I'm super lazy and because I'm super lazy. If I'm being perfectly honest, perfectly frank, perfectly open, I'm lazy. But no time like the present. I finally felt motivated and I was like, what am I going to recommend? And I thought I'm just going to go down a safe route and do age gap romances. So I've compiled a list of 5 romances with an age gap that I think that you should read. You've probably already read them, but just in case you haven't, I shall provide. So the first book I would like to recommend is Rhapsody by Kenya Wright. This is a mafia romance. There's not a huge age gap between the characters, but it is a really good book, so you should read it anyway. This one's about a woman who is approached by a French mafia boss and he wants her to go and play violin for him, and things get super spicy and it's just really good. Like, my mind has just went blank for the plot of it, but like, it is so good. It was the first mafia romance I ever read in my whole life where I actually enjoyed the story and didn't hate the male character in the book. There's also a sequel to the book which I believe is called Sonata. Might be wrong. And the series itself is called The Butcher and the Violinist. It was really good and I think you should read it. I think the age gap was only 8 years, but an age gap is an age gap and I think more people should read it. So yeah. The next one I'd like to recommend is kind of cheating. Not cheating as in the act of cheating in a romance, but cheating by putting it on the list because it's technically an anthology. And it's The Duke I'd Like to F, and it's really, really good. So there's 5, I think it's 5 stories altogether, and I think 4 of them are age gaps. I know that there is one older woman, younger man, and the rest are older man, younger woman, and they are so freaking good. Highly recommend, 5-star. And it's sort of really well-known authors such as Sarah Simone, Eva Lee. My mind's went blank. Never mind. It'll be on the front cover of the book. The next book I would like to recommend is Control Freak by Brianna Hale. Again, I don't remember what the age gap was here. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I can't remember if I gave it 4 or 5 stars, but it was really good. So our female character starts working at a museum as an assistant for the museum director, and they end up developing a dom-sub dynamic, and there's a load of daddy kink involved in there, which I stan, but a lot of people don't. So content warning for that, and a content warning for eating disorder as well, which is featured quite heftily on page throughout the whole book. But it's really good. It's really spicy, and it gave me kind of Secretary vibes, you know, the film with Maggie Gyllenhaal and David Spader. That's not his name. Is that his name? James Spader. David Spade's the comedian. Oh, I hate myself. The next age gap romance I'd like to recommend is also by Brianna Hale, and that one is Ringmaster. And this one's got a circus setting, and our age gap is 17 years. I think the heroine is 17 when they meet, and the hero is in his either late 20s or early 30s, so it's like a decent age gap. And he sort of takes her away from her abusive father to join his travelling circus, and the two of them end up developing a relationship. Now, I know I've just said there already that they met when she was 17, but this is a British author and the age of consent in the UK is 16, so technically it's not illegal in this book if they were to have done anything, but the author held off and waited until she had turned 18 before anything happened between the two characters, so don't worry about that going into it. But double check the trigger warnings on Goodreads just in case. But it was really good. You should go and read it, especially if you like the circus setting, and I feel the circus setting was really atmospheric, and also it had like this weird like vibe where you couldn't actually tell immediately what time period it was set in, which for me was like super enticing until the time periods were divulged, and then stole me from the fantasy. And finally, what age gap romance recommendation list would be complete without including the infamous Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas? And while I know this has been recommended time and time and time again in pretty much every age gap recommendation video like known to man, I still feel the need to plug it and talk about it because it's so good. It's so good. And I've read it, I think I've read it 3 times now since first reading it last year. And I can honestly say that if an age gap was to be given a perfection stamp of approval on it, that book would be it. So Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas is about a girl called Jordan and a man called Pike. There's a 19-year age gap between the two of them, and Pike is Jordan's ex-boyfriend's dad, and the two of them develop a relationship. Now it's not it's not like a slow burn to the point where you're like, this is like totally ripping it at this point, but it's like it's slow enough that you can feel the tension being built up like over the period of time, and the payoff for it is so worth it. This was one of the best books I read last year. I absolutely loved it, and I've read it twice since. So please, for the love of God, go and read Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. It's so good. It is so smutty, but the romance is good. You are genuinely rooting for the two characters literally from the minute that they crossed paths at the beginning of the book before anything was revealed. You were rooting for them from the very beginning. So I know it was only 5, but I figured since it was my first recommendation I would kind of go on light instead of going on heavy. So hopefully you'll have found something that you enjoy. I've just noticed that the lighting has changed drastically since I began filming this, so that's really annoying. So as always, any important links will be in the description box along with all of my social media. You can come and find me on any platform, anywhere. Come say hello, be my friend, we can chat about books, it'll be a fun time. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I hope your day is going well. I hope the weather's nice where you are. I hope that life is giving you joy and happiness. If it's not, life can go fuck itself. Go get some snacks, grab a book, wrap yourself up in a blanket like a little burrito. Go lie in your couch, lie in your bed, or whatever. Just, you have my permission to snuggle up, take some self-care time, and just read a book. Yes, I am an enabler, but I support it. Stay safe, happy reading, and I'll speak to you later. Bye!